off and get your head right.
A late night dose for you, baby. What's up, y'all? Welcome to TZL Un-Prescripted, man. Let's talk about some crazy stuff. That's just what we do, man. That's what you come here for, man. This is your sane space to talk about the cray that's going on. These safe space people out there that have turned the place into a global rubber room. So we hang out in here, man, so we can have some head right. Head right. You can have one of these fancy mugs too to have your sip of head right too. Remember, you can put coffee, tea, soup. Well, I mean, it's summertime, man. I don't know if you want some soup. Get some gazpacho or something. I don't know. It's good in here, man. It's good coming out here. That's right. While we're here, man, before I would even tell y'all to like or subscribe or anything like that, which I greatly appreciate, the real love that you can show is by going over to bronzeserpentmedia.com. Boogie on over there and become a member. It's free, right? It only takes a few clicks of your time. You know the rug. It's like y'all hadn't seen me in a long time. Some of y'all are just seeing me again after like several years because, I've been shadow banned. I'm one of the early targets. But if you want to stay in contact, or a better way to stay in contact and stay tuned to my knuckleheaded opining on things, is just go over to my website, become a member. It's free. It's not a whole bunch of loops to jump through or anything like that. And you can hang out with us in the powwow, find out what I'm up to, find out what other God-fearing patriots are up to as we share our perspectives on things and some laughs and some food, talk about food, politics, faith and all that sort of stuff. And, you'll be there with some like-minded folks. And it won't be like, a snooze fest like we see on like some of these other platforms or anything like that. It's like, it's actually fun. It's it's a small party there. And, it's how when people talk about it's like a big city with a small town feel. It's that kind of vibe. All right. And, we want to kind of like grow our small town, our Smallville, whichever, and, have it like, it's Bronze Serpent City, baby, with a small town feel. So, come on over. Get in tune with other God-fearing patriots, man, and you can stay in tune with yours truly and keeping in contact with my work. It's a better way to do it than on YouTube. Like less than 1% of my subscribers, over 70,000, which has been for like the past 7 years, see my content when I post it. Like less than 1%. They don't know about it, no matter if they were notified or not. But on my website, you'll be in the know. All right, y'all. So anyway, enough of my shameless plugs. Let's talk about some of this stuff that's going on in the news. Oil is jumping up as Biden fails in begging Saudis for oil. Man. And it cracks me up, man. Y'all seen the video of some of these people out there, having a hissy fit because of oil prices, and they want to blame right-wing Christians. What you blaming us for? I mean, dang, man. It's and I guess, it just kind of comes with being a Christian because, Jesus, he took the blame. It's like, man, nobody took the blame like he did, man. He wasn't guilty of nothing, man. But he took all the blame, took all the shame, man, and took that to the cross. Praise be to our high priest and king, man. And I guess we're getting a little bit of what that's like, man. It's like, you gonna blame us for that? Really? But as it is, Biden, for some reason, and you know what? Forget Biden. How is it in America we are tolerating this? How are we tolerating this? Why is it that we're saying, hey, you know what, Biden, you know what, you go, man, go get lost. So we already lost, but get lost, man. Get out of our face. We're going to drill and we're going to frack. You can frack off, right? We are going to drill, we're going to frack, and we don't care about your moratoriums and anything like that or whatever, suspensions or whatever. We're just going to do it. How is Americans, come and take it, Americans, don't all this talk about how, resilient or, the sleeping giant and all that sort of stuff. How's the sleeping giant letting Sleepy Joe keep us from doing what we need to do? How is that happening, right? And then not only that, so Biden, for some reason, I guess the oil in America is so much worse for the planet than I guess Arabia's oil for some reason. And it's not, and I don't even know if it's Arabia's oil. It's most likely Russian oil, right? And you got the Arabs be like, here comes Biden. Can we get some of that oil? Look here, Jack. Look here, Jack. We need some of that oil. Come on, man. Give me some oil, man. Right? So The Arabians been like, hey, Biden, look here, look here, my friend, look at my main man, look at, right? Listen to me, Jack, listen. You see all that sand out there? Why don't you go pound some of it, all right? And then when you're done, we will sell you that oil that you boycotted in Russia. We'll import some of their oil. We'll import that Russian oil that you boycotted, and then we'll sell you some. Oh man, American exceptionalism. Yes, exceptionally sad. This is what we've allowed. This is what we've allowed this administration to reduce us to, man. I ain't gonna. Biden. No, we let this happen. Between the people who voted for him, between the people who helped him cheat, and us who let him walk into the White House. I didn't let him walk. I tried to warn. It's like, look, man, you guys go give the Democrats a victory. I'm telling you, not a victory, but you go give them the White House, right? Nobody listens to me, man. Just practically talking to that brick wall back there. It's real brick, you know. It's about as real brick as Biden is a real president, and Richard Levine is a real woman and all that sort of stuff. But hey, you know what? It's just as effective though. Right? My brick wall is just as more of effective a brick wall than Biden is an effective president. It cracks me up when I hear like even some conservative Republican voters saying, Biden needs to do his job, man. Y'all need to stop with that. Stop telling Biden to do his job. Biden is doing his job. Yeah, his job is to undermine America. That's his job. Really, that's what he was vetted to do. Right? And so stop. That's Democrats' job. Their job is to undermine America. Period. They're rebels against the Constitution. Steal, kill, and destroy. That's who they are, right? That's Democrats. Don't tell them to do their job, right? Don't tell them. You need to tell Republicans to do their job, and their job is to keep the Democrats from doing their job. That's what Republicans did, but Republicans aren't doing that. You know, they're just not doing it. Anyway, so let's see. Anyway, enough about Joe. Let's put Sleepy Joe to sleep. All right. I shouldn't say it like that, man. People think I'm like trying to. They probably think I'm trying to incite like violence against I couldn't even say it like that, man. You got these other celebrities out there can like hold up bloody heads and say, hey, we need another John Wilkes Booth or something like that. But but we don't roll that way. Yeah, because that's just who Democrats are, right? So what else we got? We got Starbucks. Man, now I want some coffee. I want some proper coffee though. I want some coffee, man. I want Starbucks coffee. Starbucks CEO blames negligent politicians in Democrat cities for store closures. Man, what is it? You Democrats, man, you bunch of victims, man. That's you victims and blame. That's just, man, you have your father the devil. Just accusations, man, and blame, and it's you Starbucks and sissies. All right, okay, so the article reads that the head of Starbucks, wherever his head is. All right. Woo! Okay, the head of Starbucks, his head is in his star pucker. Let me see. The head of Starbucks said that elected leaders at all levels of government who had abdicated their responsibility in fighting crime and addressing mental illness were the main reason. Oh man. No, you didn't, bro. Okay, sis or whatever. Reason it's talking about mental illness. These people encourage people to be insane. They encourage that. Ooh, you're insane. Would you like a coffee? It's like you don't know which bathroom to use, do you? Aw, how about a macchiato? Right? Anyway, so a reason the company has closed 16 stores in some of America's largest cities, according to footage from an internal meeting. Okay, so these people are complaining about fighting crime. There's not enough crime being fighted or whichever, right? All right. Aren't y'all the people that stand behind defunding the police? You want crime fought, but you want funding taken away from it. And I agree with you. I say yes, defund the police. Start with them unions. That's what I say. Hey, police, I've been telling you, if you're in the unions, you are helping to fund the party that is trying to destroy you. The Democrats have used you as a revenue collecting arm through the unions that you wanted to be in, and they're using you and they're throwing you under the bus. All right, and they don't have to worry about it because they still know they're going to collect them union dues for you. They don't care, right? Police, I've been trying to tell you, you need to separate yourself from the Democratic Party. That's why these people, the Democrats are able to lay this stuff on you. You guys are the ones taking the hit for being racist, and Democrats get away with scot-free when they're the actual ones doing all the systemic racism. They're the ones who are doing it. And they left you to take the blame. Police, you're doing it to yourselves. You do it to yourselves, right? So, Starbucks complaining about police not being on their game. I mean, but Starbucks, ain't y'all the ones who are so sick with the sanctimony about saving the planet, with your green agenda and all that sort of stuff, that makes it really hard, for people to get gas? Your policies, your worldview has driven up the cost of gas. I remember Al Gore back in the day, we need to drive the cost of gas so we can go green. Yep. Right? Y'all did this. That's what you're all about. And now you mad because the police can't afford gas to drive out to Starbucks and do something. But you want the bicycle cop. You want the bicycle cop? You want, right? It's y'all did this to yourselves, right? It's you Starbuckers that promote this entitlement-minded collectivist worldview as if it's owed to people, okay? And then when them entitlement-minded people come into your store to collect, give you your money, right? Y'all get all butthurt. Y'all promoted that. You make people feel like they're entitled to other people's stuff, and when some people come in to get your stuff, you mad. Right? And Starbuckers, man, having the nerve to say that they don't feel safe. These are your people, man. Wait a minute. You say that you don't feel safe? Starbucks? For real? For real? Y'all feel like you don't? Is the NRA coming up into your establishment? Is that why you don't feel safe? I don't think so. Right? Is the NRA coming up into your establishment shooting up the place? No. It's people that you use to make yourselves look like better people coming in and shooting up in your bathrooms. That's what you got. All right, so, these people, man, go try to cast the blame and not going to take personal responsibility for the stuff that you guys promoted in the culture and you want us to live by, and it's coming back to bite you and you trying to blame somebody else. That's a weak sauce, man. That's All right, so anyway, let's move on, man.
We got a couple of comments about the Starbucks.
Oh, what do we got? What they say?
It's true. It's so true. Hard-boiled entertainment. The funny thing about Starbucks, it's only good for all the fancy flavorings. The caramel macchiato, pretty solid, but drink their coffee straight up, and it's flipping bitter. It's short of drink. And lest we forget, they call their small tall and their medium grande.
Man, you know what? I tell you what, I went in and you know what? I have a confession to make. I used to be a Starbucker. I worked at Starbucks. I did. One day I was there opening up the first Starbucks in the Coachella Valley, right? Right there on, what was it? I think Tockwitz Canyon and Palm Canyon Drive. Oh, yes, as I was, man. I did all the training, learned how to make all the coffee drinks and stuff like that. And I worked there one day and said, yeah, I'm out. I'm out. Not because of anything Starbucks did. It's just because I was of that Starbucks mindset, and I thought that I was entitled to something better. I did. That's just how it was, man. And I quit that day. No notice or nothing, man. Totally irresponsible, right? But at any rate, man, yeah, I used to work at Starbucks, and it's funny, man, because people be getting that Starbucks and they when they get that espresso, man, they're getting really a strong caffeine jolt when they get that espresso. It's like, no, you're not. Actually, the coffee may taste real strong and bitter, but because it's double roasted, a lot of the caffeine's been burned out. So you're not really getting all that caffeine that you think you get. If you really want caffeine, you actually go with the greener bean. You get the lighter roasted coffee if you want the caffeine kick, right? It's gonna take, it's gonna be like more acidic, but not dark roast bitter. I'm all coffee connoisseur and stuff like that. I done, right? Right? Yeah, aficionado, whatever. I like coffee, but yeah, if you get the lighter roast, you're gonna get more of the caffeine. You'll get the acidic flavor and maybe not the bitterness of the dark roast flavor, but it has its own characteristic of bitterness. With the acidity with the lighter roast. But the darker roast, you're burning most of the caffeine out. So when people think they get that dark roast espresso, it's like, no. I think it's more psychological. But at any rate, yeah, man, it's, because, and for me, I don't mind, I like, I don't mind the bitterness of the coffee because I like to stand up. I like it to stand up with all the cream and sugar I put in it. It's like, I put a bunch of cream and sugar in my coffee, man. So that I need it to be very robust, and I need it to be like charcoal, right? I need it to be like motor oil in my cup before I put all my cream and sugar in it, so it still tastes like coffee when I drink it, right? Yeah, but that's my Starbucks experience. Because when you go into Starbucks, you want to have an experience, right? Your Starbucks experience. All right, so thank you guys for maintaining a little bit of respect for me, even though I used to work at Starbucks. All right.
Yeah, and this free show, I go to Dutch Brothers for my coffee. That's right.
Yeah, I heard. I gotta try me some Dutch Brothers. And I haven't tried Dutch Brothers yet. I gotta get on over there. And but I make my own coffee, man. I think I make a pretty darn good cup of coffee, man. Is so I don't know. I don't have really so much of a need to go out to get coffee. It was you said there was somebody else. Was there somebody else?
Colin Benson said bitter like Hillary. Ha ha ha.
Hey, man, don't associate coffee with Hillary Clinton. Come on, man. Even the bitterness is a bittersweet, right? Bittersweetness. Don't associate that with Hillary, the Hillary blend. No. Yeah. All right, so what else we got? Speaking of like cringe, we got NDAA proposes funding for a pilot program on research and development of fake meats for the U.S. Navy. Fitting because we have a fake commander-in-chief. So it's fitting that the Navy would have some fake meats. What was it? Arby's, right? Arby's is having a meat shortage. I guess Arby's, it used to be, we had the meats. We ain't got the meats no more. Or at least, hey, Arby's, if you get on touch with this, you can be like, Arby's, we have the fake meats, right? Something like that. Anyway, you check out the ingredients on these fake meats, man. You don't need, you shouldn't be having this in the military. All right. Nobody really should be. I mean, look, if that's your preferential diet, that's your business. You guys are contributing to that healthcare system that's getting so expensive, though, thinking that you're eating healthy when you're really not. Okay, look. When you look at the ingredients on this fake meat, right? And these people boast in these ingredients, like say or what's not in it, including meat, right? But what's not in it? Well, like one of the things that they boast that's not in it is flipping cholesterol. Like cholesterol is a bad thing. It's not exactly a bad thing, y'all. We really actually need cholesterol. The cholesterol that has become bad for us is the cholesterol that they have made with these seed oils and these trans fats that they've made. That kind of stuff. I guess that's the kind of stuff that they're attributing to cholesterol. This plaque, creating stuff that gets it in your veins and whatnot. That's the kind of stuff that they're misappropriating and vilifying cholesterol with. Okay, we need cholesterol. Matter of fact, the brain itself is pretty dependent on cholesterol. The brain really needs it. And these people will try to tell you cholesterol is something that's bad for you and that you don't want to consume cholesterol. And they make products that don't have cholesterol in it. Why? Because they want you to be stupid. That's why, right? Stupid enough to think that you're eating healthy and natural by eating their over-processed vegetables as if it's natural and good for you, right? You gotta be kind of, not smart. You gotta, right, to fall for this, right? Fully brainwashed, man. You need to wash your brain in some cholesterol, right? So, they want you to think that vegetables are so wonderful. Vegetables are so wonderful that they have to make them taste like meat for you to like them, right? and somehow eating over-processed, just like I said before, man, eating this over-processed meat-flavored veggies is supposed to be natural and nutritious. If that's what you really want, if you really want it to be natural and nutritious and taste like meat, then let the cow eat the vegetables, all right? That's the most natural, nutritious. You get all that nooch, man. That's how you do it. And it's going to taste like meat. That's the big seller, ain't it? Isn't that the big seller? It tastes like meat. Yes, sir. All right. Right? So, anyway, you know, you let the cow eat the vegetables and then naturally process it so you can eat the vegetables. You get to eat the vegetables. You get to eat the vegetables, right? The vegetables that contributed to the delicious natural meat flavor of the respected bovine. All right, wow, you can't beat it. It's the best of both worlds, man. You know, but as it is, y'all, they want our first line of defense to eat fake meat, right? So, and like I said, you know, befitting, you know, since we have a fake commander in chief, they want the Navy to eat meat flavored salad. Is basically what it comes down to. They want our fighting men in the Navy, right? And I guess even, you know, you got a lot of women in there that want to be men too. I don't know. All right. And don't get me wrong, there's some very, you know, feminine females in there too, and God bless you. But a lot of this is too much is being taken over by this effeminization of men. And it's all feminism. It doesn't even matter if it's a woman wanting to transition into a man. She's gonna be a feminist, right? She's not gonna stop being a feminist. It's the weirdest thing. I'm pro-woman, but I want to be a man. It doesn't, right? Okay. All right. So, you know, they basically want people in the Navy to eat the same thing that women often get on the first date, a freaking salad, right? That's the kind of dietary habit that they want them to have, right? Well, you know, where would you like to eat? What do you want on me? I'll just have a salad, right? Come on now, right? You want, okay, it's just a salad? You want a chicken salad? No, that's meat. I don't want it. Was it chicken tofu? You want some chicken tofu on there? Some chicken flavored tofu? Okay, that's cool, right? Hey, you know, I'm not judging, man. I used to be a vegetarian. I used to be a vegetarian. Actually, I was more of a pescatarian.
Did you not eat meat at all?
Yeah.
Very few vegetarians don't sneak meat.
Right. It's no. I was a side dishitarian. That's what side dishitarians up in here, right? I was a side dishitarian. It's like, no, just let me get some of this sides. Right? So, yeah, that was it. And, you know, of course, my philosophy was I don't eat anything that walks on all fours. You know, so I would eat eggs. You know, eggs they roll. You know, so and things like that. I wouldn't even call it. I tried to qualify myself as a vegetarian, but I wasn't. Like I said, I was more of a pescatarian. But at any rate, I'm not judging. You know, I'm speaking from experience. These people are the ones who actually pass judgment on us. We're having to live under what they're imposing on us, and you know, hey, I'm drawing my line in the sand, man. You can't, you know, no means no, right? No means no, and shame on y'all for doing this to Navy, and for the Navy, you know, even opening up the doors for all this stuff, man. You know what happened to the Navy, man? What happened to the Navy? The Navy is going village people on us, man. Right? Come on, you know, it's like, you know, what happened to that good old, you know, over the seas, let's go,
now
man.
They're eating a lot more estrogen with these fake meats.
Right? Yeah, so that's how it's going to be changed, man. You know, over the seas, let's go, fill in the pronoun, right? We're shoving right off again. Nobody knows to call you her or him. We're shoving right off again. We're leaving today, eating fake meat to make us gay. Sally and Sue, dye your hair blue. And while we're gone, you'll change for her to him. Yeah, that's enough of that. They're shoving it down our throats. They're shoving it. Right? Man, you remember how people used to make fun of the Navy? You know, because you know they would make fun of Navy personnel.
Story here is bruh.
Bruh, no, you did. Restoring Heroes, man. Make sure you guys go to give his channel a subscription, man. It's got another God-fearing patriot, man. Let's team up, man. Let's team up. So let me see. But for real though, man, remember when people, now some will probably say, yeah, they still do, but remember when people made fun of the Navy, you know, because they'd be like, hey, you guys being all at sea for so long, man, you guys are gonna be gay, right? You go gay when you're in the Navy being out at sea for so long, right? Because there was no women, right? I think that, help me out here, I could be wrong. I think the first female on a combative ship, I think it was 1994, right? And but the thing is, you know, it was because it was considered bad luck to have women on, you know, Navy vessels. Yeah. All right. You know, and I don't go for the superstitious stuff. You know, I'm not about superstition. But I think it's kind of ironic that, you know, people would make fun of Navy personnel and be, yeah, you guys are out on ship and ain't no women out there. And now that women are allowed on ships, the Navy's going totally gay. It's like, wait a minute, that was supposed to be a remedy for that. And don't get me wrong, y'all, I'm not talking about the full day, but this kind of stuff that our military is being ruled by, this should not be, right? I got respect for people who sign on the dotted line, but it doesn't, at the same time, I don't idolize these people either, right? It's like, just because, you wear the uniform, doesn't mean that it automatically makes you, it makes you a perpetual saint, right? Because people put on the uniform and abuse and not understand the thing that they're supposed to be fighting for, right? They just go into the military. But the bottom line is that they do sign on the bottom line, and they, this is what they're going into. And they're put on the line for us. And I totally appreciate that. But like I said, it's not devoid of perverts. And we call them out for what they do. And so, like I said, it was considered bad luck, and considering, what happened. And I'm not trying to say that, that women shouldn't serve or anything like that. It's like, if you could do your part in the defense of your country, I'm all about it. I do not believe in standards being changed or altered to accommodate somebody who may not be able to get over that wall. It's like, no, do not change the standards. Do not do it. Some guys can't get over, can't get through basic training. It's just because like some women can't, some guys can, but you do not lower the standard. You get that, you're helping that person get killed.
Hopefully women should be in combat.
It's, in terms of like women being in combat, that's like a last resort thing, and we're not there. We're not there. We should, and shouldn't be there. Right. And like I said, if it comes time for a person to be able to do what they can in the defense of our country, and hold the line, then that's what it is. But I think we have plenty enough resources, because, you gotta, when you have people going in the military with something to prove, that's not a good formula. All right. That doesn't work out too good.
Hardboiled said, by the way, remember the Marines poster with rainbow bullets in the helmet?
Oh my goodness.
All the good jokes the Navy and Marines throw at each other, all this was kind of inevitable.
Yeah, right. It's like, man, it's kind of like some self-fulfilling prophecy, man. It's like, that's right. Those were bullets. Those weren't crayons. I thought they was crayons. It's like, no, they was bullets. And now some people, people hear me talking about, the Navy and the orientation that's going in. It's like, hey, Zoe, weren't you going to go into the Navy? Hey, that was different. Yeah. You wouldn't go get me. I wasn't gonna go. I wasn't gonna ride the woke wave. No, not me. But as it was, I was gonna go into the Navy, and I was, I was almost close to aged out, to go into the Navy as it was, and yeah, a flipping traffic ticket that I failed to appear in court for. Can you believe that? A traffic ticket. A jaywalking. Jaywalking because I did not appear. And don't get me wrong, hey, you got standards. At least I thought they did. Navy got standards, got it. They're like, you need to take care of this jaywalking ticket that you failed to appear in court for. You get that taken care of, and then we'll go ahead and finish up, right? Y'all, that was my obstruction, right? That obstructed me from going into the Navy. But you can be a cross-dresser, right? You can be a cross-dresser and go into the Navy. That's what's happening to our country. All right. Maranatha, Lord, we need your salvation. The salvation is already here. We just need to receive it, right? And actually, I'm waiting for that yank up. I'm waiting for that rescue mission that pull us up out of this rubber room that we're in. Can you dig it? All right, y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in for TZL Un-Prescripted. You guys are such a blessing for coming in and hanging out with me on a late Monday night, man. And so boogie on over to the website, bronzeserpentmedia.com. We got groovy people there and God-fearing patriots. Become a member. Don't cost nothing. It's a party when you guys show up, man. I'm telling you. So bronzeserpentmedia.com. Mugs, shirts, drop a buck in the bucket to help keep bros on the go. And we will talk to you guys again soon. Blessings and good night. I know where to